All right, number 7, we're going to complete the following steps for the given integral. We're going to graph the integrand. We're going to calculate the change in x, the grid points. We're going to calculate left and right Riemann sum, and then we're going to determine which Riemann sum, left or right, underestimates or overestimates the value. All right, so number 7. Our function is 1 over x plus 4, and we are evaluating from n equals 4. Okay. And we are going, our limit is from 1 to 9, so let me write it like so. All right, so our partitions, upper limit minus lower limit, divided by the number of partitions we want to make. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our change in x would be 2. So our grid points starting from 1 would count by 2. So we would have 1, 3, if we add 2. Then 5, 7, and then we would end at 9. We're going to graph this. We're going to use technology. I'm going to go ahead and put the limits and restraints as well. Go to y equal. We're going to open parentheses. I'll make it a fraction. Alpha y equal, enter. And it makes the fraction bar. We'll do 1 over x. And then plus 4. Now if we graph it here, okay, we see the whole graph. Go back to y equal, we're going to restrict it to be between 1 and 9. So add divided by 1 second math less than or equal to x. And then second math, and we're going to go to logic, and then and we're going to do x is less than or equal to 9. All right, we graph it. We get this piece. Let's change the window to where we're only looking at the first quadrant. So we'll make the x minimum 0 and the y minimum 0. Okay, so just get this piece of the graph. We can see it's a decreasing function. Based on that function, looks like this is below the x-axis. This one's going the wrong direction. C is above the x-axis. Looks more like the piece that we get from 1 to 9. So C is going to be our best choice. All right, our change in x, we've listed that. Change in x is 2. All right, and then each point, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. All right, we're going to find the left Riemann sum. It says simplify your answer, so it doesn't want a decimal. I guess it wants us to give the exact. So we'll see if it gives the exact. We're going to do math 0 gives us the summation. We're going to start from x equals 1 up to n. And I believe our n is our 4 number of partitions. And then we're going to do vars, our function, y1. All right, so then in parentheses, we're going to put the input. So the formula for the input was A, which is our lower value. So it's going to be 1, and then plus, and then it said K minus 1. So we're using X as our variable. So we need X minus 1. And then we're going to multiply this times our change in X, which is 2. And then on the outside, this is our Y value, our height. We're going to multiply the width times 2. Okay. And since we put the equation in fraction form, it's going to give us our answer in fraction form. So we get 3,712 over 105. 3,712 over 105. All right. Part 5, we want to do the right Riemann sum. So the difference in the formula, if I do second inner, difference from the left and right is we don't have the minus 1. It's going to use the exact value. So I'm going to delete the 1 and the minus. So it's 1 plus x times the change in x, or k, from the formula. And we get 10,576 over 315. $10,576 over 315. All right, and then which one overestimates? So since this was a decreasing function, we had something like this. Let's just say we had, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our last mark. So if we do the left sum, we're going to go to the right from each point and go to the right. So the left sum will overestimate. The right sum will go from here straight across. So the right sum will underestimate, and the left sum will overestimate. So overestimates is going to be the left. And then underestimates is going to be the right.